Number 15, Kelvin Kapumbu. Number 16, Willard Mwanza. Number 18, Charles Kalumba. And the coach for Zambia, Chisi Mundala Mbewe. The referee for this match, Karen Yosete Sechals. Assistant referee number 1, Zamani Smelane, Swaziland. Assistant referee number 2, Kikhalocho Itwe Laki, Botswana. Fourth official, Abongile Tom, South Africa.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nelson Mandela Stadium. We are back for today's action. There's Comoros up against Zambia. Zambia really have not been doing well in this tournament. To be specific, they have lost both their games. And today is the third group matches of this tournament. And it is very interesting to note that Zambia, it's a side that is very interesting to talk to. Andile, looking at today's game, we know that Comoros are second on the log and Zambia are bottom of the log. But Comoros have done their business. What is expected today?
Yeah, as you were saying, Pramax, Zambia, they're still struggling in this COSAFA Cup this time. As we all know that they're defending champions. But it seems like Comoros, they really want to win this game because they have to secure for the semi-finals and other stuff.
Yeah, looking at this as Group B, that's where Zimbabwe is taking on, in fact, is second on the log. But then Kenya, who are in action against, at the same time, by the way, against Zimbabwe, are also a struggling side. In my opinion, they shouldn't be sitting there. They sit in third, but they started like a house on fire. But Zambia itself, I mean, as you say, they should have gone for 3 in a row, but they don't look like.
Yeah, as I was saying, Pramax, they're a bit struggling because I watched their game mostly. I think their mentality was to win most of the games by using their physique because playing-wise, they were not that good like last time.
Mm-hmm. And not good as last time, but it's a side also that came here with promises. They look very stable. They're not shaky, but they're just not really clocking it, putting it in the back of the net. They've composed, if you look at them that way, in both games.
Yeah, really, they are so composed. They are so composed because they're playing good football, though.
And playing good football is the side that we're talking about, that's Zambia. But also, looking at Zimbabwe, I'm sure they have impressed you.
A lot. The game that I watched in Wilson Stadium, the game that they were playing there, that is the top game I've ever watched here in a COSAFA Cup with a lot of spectators in the field. The way that they're playing is as if like they really know each other. You see the way they're playing like good football. Zimbabwe, yeah.
Let's stick to Comoros, our game now at 12 o'clock. It's a side that came here, coach believing that they can deliver. And so far, so good.
Yeah, they're doing very well. As I was saying, today they just want to finish on top, which is they don't want to give anything away to Zambia. They just want to let Zambia to go home with nothing.
And third from the bottom, Kenya, they started with a 2-0 victory and looked like they're going to surprise all and sundry, and it wasn't to be.
Yeah, you see this tournament, you always get like surprises. As I was saying, like even us, we didn't look like Zambia is gonna be down there as number 4 in the group. But this is the tournament that you want, COSAFA Cup. You want surprises. You want teams that they will really perform to win this.
Looking at the game that will be happening at the same time, before we even talk about that other game that will be happening at the same time with this is the Comoros side that's got players that are running freely. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah, like really, they have nothing to lose. Like also they have a guy like called Said, which is scored 2 goals in the previous game, which is I watched the player is really playing good and looking forward to score goals, which is that we were lacking of here in this tournament.
Yeah, and when we're talking about lacking, they also don't lack running. They just keep running all the time and believing in themselves.
Yes. They just run and going forward non-stop because it's a team like they want to attack from the start, which is they know that we have to like really get goals because the tournament is all about that. You can't say that maybe draw will help us or whatsoever. They're looking to win the games.
And these are the Comoros guys that you were talking about, your Saiz of this world, and they're just warming up. They've got a group of youngsters that the coach said they will be building for the future. And you can see that now they have a spring under their feet because they've got a victory under their belt.
Yeah, too much energy.
Yeah, and then they are a side that also when you look at them, they from a small island. They don't have a pool of people to choose from because of the population. But it's not the number that counts, it's the quality. And they seem to be bringing that.
Yes, they want to show the world that they can do it. Because as we were seeing here, they're showing us as well that they can play, which is they playing like good football. That's why I don't give anything away from.
Yeah, and also Zambia. Zambia is a side that has obviously befallen by the sad news of the passing of Shonga.
Yeah.
But they are a side that really didn't come to the party.
Yeah, as I was saying, this time Zambia was really not there. But they are not a bad team, but maybe their mentality, they told themselves that we won it before. Maybe things are going to be easy for us, but now like it's really tough for them. Maybe they see it now that in this tournament we have to take it from the start to win the games.
Today they play for pride, we all know that. But still, you still have to have a plan of how the approach should be. What would their approach should be, in your opinion?
They will never want to go home without a win. They will like fight. They will fight. It's gonna be a good game. This one that we're gonna see now. They will fight to get a win. They don't want to lose against Comoros as well.
Well, don't want to lose against Comoros as well, but also Zambia realized that only pride is to play for today. Sizwe, let's see what Zambia offers us today.
Group B of the 2024 Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup comes down to a true scramble for places. Second place Comoros hope to make history by making the knockout stages for just the second time up against the outgoing defending champion Zambia, who bring a winless and goalless record into the last round of matches at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. A good day it is to you, and well, for Comoros they're hoping it will be a good day for them, keeping in mind there will be matches taking place at the same time here to the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, as well as the Isaac Wilson Stadium, in concluding a group that has truly entertained up to this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Comoros. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Zambia.
Land and sing of Zambia, proud and free, land of work and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for the right. We want freedom's fight for one, strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by God's good hand. Let us all her people join as one, brothers under the sun. Oh, one, strong and free. One land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace in Zambia's sky, like a noble eagle in its flight. Zambia, praise to thee, oh one, strong and free. Praise be to God, praise be, bless our great Zambia, Zambia, Zambia. Remain we stand under the flag of our land. Zambia, praise to thee, oh one, strong and free.
Well, Group B has certainly had many talking points here. For one, Zambia coming into this tournament, the men in your picture, hoping to make a better history by being the first side, of course, to win 3 championships in a row in the way of the Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup. Hasn't gone their way at all here for the Zambians, and they see Zimbabwe starting the day top of the group. Comoros in the second place, they as well as Kenya on 3 points. Zimbabwe already on 6. Zambia, the only side yet to score or pick up a point down at the bottom of the group. They've been impressive, the Comoros, and well, they will have Anzimati between the sticks, playing as a goalkeeper. He's also picked up an assist, the top goal scorer in the tournament, Afani, with the brace he scored in the 2 goals he scored, I should say, in the tournament. Watch out as well for Mudafir, operating with the number 19 on his back. He operates in the creative department just behind the front 3. So, for the men in your picture, I'll be hoping Georgia as well as Kasim also come good from the wide left and wide right. Match officials here in this encounter will have Karen Yoset from the Seychelles leading. He's assistant Zamani Smelani from Eswatini, as well as Kihagule Tzukhetwe Laki from Botswana, and the 4th official is Amongine Tom from South Africa. Okay, just to get it right, the second assistant, Kihagule Tzukhetwe Laki from Botswana. So the 2 captains here hoping to end the tournament on a high note as we have a look at the Zambian shape-up changes now, including in the goalkeeping department, where Shabu will be the man who starts his first game of the tournament today. In the heart of defense, they will have Shabala as well as Mwamba coming in to shake things up then, with, well, discipline being a bit of an issue for the Zambian side that's picked up red cards in the last 2 matches. Mo Austin is a man that comes into the attacking third of the field, out wide on the left side. Moment of silence observed then as we get ready to get this match underway. Then we also here in the southern of Africa have lost Justice Shonga, of course, a international who did so much for Southern African football, not only for these international sides, but also in club football, passed away most recently after all in the federation. Now, it will be the Zambians to get this match underway. They will attack the goal to the left of your picture. Comoros to attack the goal to the right of your picture. Looking to end the tournament on the high notes of the Zambians as they get into this match here, knowing that firstly, discipline will be high on the list of things to do and do right here during the course of today. Mentioned it a bit earlier, had suffered red cards in the last two matches. Ball went back in a good area. Zambia pushed forward on that far side. The frontline players already looking to get involved in with Jimmy McGee keeping it alive on that far side. Comoros have proven to be a stubborn side here, who've defended well. They do get numbers behind the ball here in these early stages. Now, Comoros looking to launch their first attack over this encounter. Lovely work here on this near side. Now the cutback is good, but defensively Zambia were wise to the intentions of the Comoros, then dealing with it and looking to play it out from the back. Driving run straight down the middle then. Good challenges coming in from the Comoros here. As we get off to what looks a nice and competitive start between both these sides, both trying to get onto the front foot and make things happen going forward. Earlier, lovely work here on this near side by Kasim. Just couldn't find the teammate thanks to a superbly read bit of a defensive play then by Shabal, I believe it was. So for Comoros here, hoping to win this match and hoping that Zimbabwe do lose in the encounter, which means calculators come out then in determining who it is that advances through to the knockout stages. Did make it out the knockout stages back in 2019, did the Comoros. The only time they went beyond the group stages. Had to play on this near side. Chilongoshi looking to push up the field, operating as the wide left defender, of course, on the overlap. Long way forward here and some way offside at the end of it all. It's a good call. Has played just one match in the past, Chilongoshi, in this COSAFA Cup, this year's COSAFA Cup that is. 90 minutes. This is a second appearance of the competition. Have just faced each other on one occasion in the past, these two nations, in the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. Zambia winning with a 2-1 scoreline. Comoros looking to set that right here today. Ball in towards that near post. They are hoping to have the corner to Comoros. In the end, the call from the referee from the Seychelles is in favor of the Zambians. Zambia looking to build from the back. It's interesting when you look through their history. In 2021, they went as far as the first round only. And looking back, they have always been thereabouts in the tournament, semi-finalists, quarter-finalists, winners or runners-up in the tournament. Just in 2021 when things didn't go their way. And well, they won't get out the group stages here in 2024. To play against the Comoros in 2023. That was, of course, last year out in Durban with a 2-1 win for the Zambians. Mulambia and Kangwanda were the scorers. looking to build from the back. As they battle in the middle of the park, then race foot against the Zambians. Dangerous play. Malambia is the man that called for the foul here, and he's bid to get the better of Niamuddin. Is Amir. Comoros now sending some men inside that box here, hoping to create the first real chance of this encounter. They get the header. It lacked power as it moved in towards that far post, and comfortable it was for Victor Chabu to gather. Winning that header and contesting well in the air then was Afane, the danger man to keep an eye out on for the Zambians, of course, wearing the number 17 on his back. 2 goals he's scored in this match. Legal challenge then by Zamir on this near side. And there's a teammate of his that is struggling. It is Halsani operating in the middle of the park. He usually gets stuck in, does Halsani. And it comes to the midfield battles. Man has already picked up a yellow card, just 1 yellow card so far in this tournament. It came early in the last match, which they went on to win quite impressively against the guest side, Kenya. Really did shake things up in this group and maybe gave us an indication of how things would turn out in this group with that win over Zambia. Now, problem out on that far side, the late challenge and talking to, it seems for the time being here, for Matthews Banda. Stomping on the opponent's toe then as Matthews Banda. He's a victim, will be able to continue with the game here. To being Udefar. Keep in mind, for the Zimbabweans out in their group or out in their match against Kenya, all they need is a draw. They're down 7 points and out in the clear. So a draw good enough for Zimbabwe in that encounter.
You're talking about the draw. In fact, the only way to achieve that draw is to aim for a win, aim for the sky and fall on the roofs. So they don't have to say we need a draw, we need a draw. They just have to work hard. They could even have to fight for the last-minute winner.
Yep. The way they've gone about business suggests there will be a side going out to maintain their winning run, keeping the momentum, of course, going into the knockout stages. Now, competing well in the air here was Georgia. As he won the header, and Shabala is the man that's come off second worst in the coming together between the 2 men. Gingerly getting back up onto his feet, but is okay now. Ball at his feet as Zambia look to play it out from the back. Chilongo. It is with the early ball forward, comfortable for Anzimati between the sticks. Hasn't been troubled yet by this Zambian side. If you are just joining us, in fact, neither one of these goalkeepers has had much to worry about. Zambia now. Struck it about in the middle of the park here in the efforts to open up that defense of Comoros. And they keep their structure well here. Now, so difficult to play through for the Zambians in the early stages. Matthews Banda, it is was with the hopeful ball forward, going after the goal kick in favor of Comoros. Well, Zambia have matched the previous record of a longest losing run, which was 2 games back in 2021. Comoros now driving forward on the near side. Too much of the ball shown by Kasim, who's lost out. That is a ball that could be dangerous here for the Zambians. Well met on the near side, but in the end got under. The first-time shot did Kasim. Well high off the mark, then good early ball played in towards that far post.
And one thing that is very key, Sizo, is the defense. Did they just get caught napping or not? Not really, because that was good pressure. Because then when you put pressure, then you don't give them that free shot at goal.
Come on, so look at that, half opportunity, if you will, as the best chance of the game and something to try and build upon. As Zambia win a set piece right on the halfway line here. Again, the foul coming just in front of Kieran Yosset, the referee from Seychelles. Andrew Piri is the man that's bundled over here. Fouled by Naimudin. He, as well as Hassani, operating the deep lying positions in the midfield for the Comoros here.
Interesting you mentioning those two, Sizwe, and I came to this game looking forward to the likes of Tarek, Kasim, Afani, the guys that played well in the past and can continue playing well in this tournament. But I'm also looking at Banda on the Zambian side, Mukeya and Piri. These are the guys that can turn on the screws.
Well, Comoros looking for their first ever win over the Zambians here. And they keep their structure very well here defensively. Watching the defensive line just outside of your picture, they keep it well, they communicate well here, not allowing too much space between the lines to play through, which has been the challenge so far for the Zambians in their efforts to try and push forward. Chop. Matthews Banda to Matthews Chabala. In fact, a couple of Matthews in that back four. There's Matthews Banda and Matthews Chabala. Also 2 Owens, if I'm not mistaken. And there's Zambian starting 11, Owen Mwamba, as well as Owen Tembo. Now, Zambia looking for a bit of joy in and around that final third. Early ball in is way too close to Anzimati. Now his distribution not too bad yet. Oh, the shot coming in then, and the save from Victor Shabu, who was protecting the near post. That was sharp from Afani. Out of nowhere, he produced what could have been a stunning goal, then, and the keeper not been positioned well.
Not only positioned well, but he stood his ground there, strong hands, as you see this foul.
Look at this, root-one stuff from the goalkeeper straight to the race on here for Afani.
These bouncing balls are a bit of a handful there, and this is the man we are talking about, Afani. He excited me from the game one because he's more like a hit man. Doesn't he remind you of Depu? I mean,
Certainly
he's the man that just goes there and shoots. And interesting what he said yesterday, Depu, that that's my job, unfortunately, as a striker. I just have to be here and shoot. Don't even mind him breaking a leg.
Well, both of them have got 2 goals in this tournament, Afani and Depu. Depu getting the brace yesterday, of course, in what was an exciting day in rounding up the second round of matches in Group C. Now the shots wide of the mark, just wide of the mark then from the Comoros. They're making the better running, having the better moments inside the opening 15, and it's Hassani who was trying his luck here.
He took it very well with that slight volley. He knew what he wanted to do. He wanted it in the ground, literally in the ground, and the keeper didn't know what to do. He wasn't going to save that.
Space to turn here. Good movements as Joja was looking to a flow to Afani once again. Yet to see Zambia cause any real menace on the other side of the field. Here they are trying to put it together. Just outside that final third on the front foot. Chilongosh. Fouled in. Kasim, the guilty party here against Zakaria Chilongoshi. Landed on him as he went down. Then wasn't the initial shot that was the problem. It was the landing, I think, on the right knee that may have caused the pain and discomfort for Chilongoshi.
He's on his feet again, but the scream.
Yeah.
I thought he broke his leg.
Feared he did.
It's just the body weight that put pressure on him.
So, Zambia still in search of their first goal over the 2024 Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. Nicely done. Comfortably done then by Anzimati again. Zambia will look for better quality in the balls they send into the box from the final third. Now, middle of the park here. Namudin losing out as Zambia quick to pick it up and try and push going forward. Like so, Malambia having to really battle in the middle of the park here in an effort to keep it rolling for the men in white. So keep in mind we will have both Group A and Group B action here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, as well as the Isaac Wolfson Stadium.
You're talking about Isaac Wolfson Stadium where Kenya is taking on Zimbabwe.
Yep.
No goals there, just like here where we are.
Kenya on 3 points, third in the group behind Comoros. Zimbabwe, just to remind you, top of the group on 6 points. 100% record for the Zimbabweans. 3 goals in 2 matches, haven't conceded as yet. Kenya with that win over Zambia. Comoros looking to round up what will be a forgettable showing for the Zambians if they go on to lose once again here. Now that's a dangerous looking challenge from Afane. Looking to defend right from the front is the striker who's began to cause problems in creating chances here. Got the best save of the match so far out of Victor Chabu. Few fans now arriving on that far side, few Zambian fans. But a little late than never.
They got the message late. Don't blame them. 1 flag, and they will be here in numbers if they in the second half.
Now, set piece here to Zambia. In open play, they have struggled somewhat to trying to find penetration. Again, having to work extremely hard is Owen Tembo, and just keeping it moving for the Zambians in the middle of the park. How tough the battle is here for the Zambians against the likes of Naimuddin, Hafsane, and Mude Far. Anzimati organizing a 3-man wall. Distance may be testing here. Wall's done his job. Now, Comoros will look for a quick counter-attack here as Joja looks to the far side, didn't find the accuracy of the pass he was looking for, so Zambia able to play it all the way back to Chabu.
That to me was a wasted set piece. I'll tell you why. Because of the distance, that's when you just jump the ball like the first man did. But you chip it, and the first man keeps running, and he becomes the recipient as everyone is playing offside. and you chip it between him and the keeper. So they can't run with him because he comes from deep and he'll never be offside. Just that creativity. Simple, doesn't it sound?
It sounds simple. Takes a lot of work on the practice ground, however, but you have to work to the different ways of breaking down an opponent, and also the surprise element, which is what you speak of. I remember the first time I saw a free kick of that nature where the creativity caught the opponents completely off guard back in the World Cup 1994. I think it was Thomas Brolin. I don't know if you remember the name, from Switzerland, was it?
Remember the name, can't remember the country though. But don't go that far. Use the one that you remember here. Right here at home, Sundowns.
Yes.
Oh, what a set piece. They tried it twice. It worked out on both occasions.
Sweden, in fact, it was.
So it is possible that you just come with a bit of creativity. Surprise everybody, including us.
So, 21 minutes gone by here. If you are just joining us, Zambia yet to find the penetration they're looking for. They've had problems, 1 or 2 in defense here, with the men in green creating 2 good chances. One that went just wide for Hassani on the edge of the box. Good save put out of Victor Chabu, was positioned well to deny Afane what would have been his 3rd goal of the tournament. Early movements out in the attacking areas, hoping for the early ball forward. In the end, it's Namuddin in the middle of the park here for the Comoros. That's a late challenge. Sent the opponent flying through the air then. As a yellow card is shown near the first of the match to Matthews Banda. With a field was the man sent flying. Approaching the midway point of the first half, it's Chabu once again to pick up here. So, for you aren't quite aware of the action and how it will go down today, we focus firstly on Group B matches today in rounding up the group. As you know, Comoros up against Zambia right now at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, as we are watching them. But at the same time, at the Isaac Wilson Stadium, Kenya take on Zimbabwe. High-flying Zimbabwe. Later on in the day, we'll focus on Group A, and that'll be for a 3 o'clock kickoff. Mozambique taking on Botswana at the Isaac Wilson Stadium, and South Africa taking on Eswatini right here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. That's an interesting scenario in that group, with every side on 2 points. No one has picked up a win as yet. No one has lost as yet in that group. Every match thus far has ended in a draw.
Interesting in Group A there, because everyone is on 2 points.
Yeah.
2 games, 2 points.
Yeah.
All equal. So today is the day to break the deadlock.
2 games, 2 points, 2 goals scored through the entire group so far. Now, it's the Seychelles here with Afane. Could have taken a shot then with his left foot. Zambians did well at getting numbers to the top of the box to block the efforts, which could have forced him to change his mind.
We're still on 2s.
Well,
Any
if
other
you want to stress The point, 2 goals conceded throughout the group as well.
So all 4 teams are too good.
Now, Zambia driving forward into the final third. Well, it's set up for the shot then again. Comoros getting good numbers behind the ball then. Hassani, it was with the block. Again, holding a high defensive line. The Comoros. Zambia looking for Troy on this near side. Chilongoshi. On the overlap is Chilongoshi, was hoping for the 1-2. The Zambians will take the set piece that's been awarded them here. Needs to be careful. Kasim, in his protest here against the referee, felt he was the man fouled in rather than committing the foul. May have felt he got to the ball first, which could very well be the case.
And he nicked the ball, not the man. It's just that the man was just trying to stand on his way.
Can understand why he felt hard done by then Kasim, who forms part of a wall here with Zamir. Midway point of the half. Maybe still in search of that first goal of the tournament. Ball in. Well, they get the chance on the far post. Lacking in power. The header towards Anzimati. Quick with that distribution, knowing Afani is more than happy to apply pressure and try and force the error out of those back in defensive areas on the edge of the opposition final third. Zambia able to pick it up and well, get it started once again here from the back. Mwamba, Owen Mwamba that is. Plays his club football for Mufulira Wanderers in Zambia. Only played 44 minutes of action in the Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup here in 2024, ahead of the start here today. This is his first start of the tournament.
That Mufulira Wanderers was one time one of the best teams in Zambia. I remember them well when one was down there in Zambia and thought, this is a side that can give you a run for your money. Remember the Champions League? Mm-hmm. Not a bad side. Said that you always refer to an existing team as one time. One time super side. Is there any team that you can think of?
Oh, there's quite a few across the world, not just here in Southern Africa. But in an effort to spare some people's feelings, I will choose not to mention those teams were one-time greats. Out of respect.
You're talking about greats as the ball has just been knocked around the middle of the park. How would you sort of categorize Kaiserslautern, the team that gained promotion in the Bundesliga, and then in the first season they went on to win the league, and then got relegated the following season? One-time wonder, flash in the pan.
It's one of those miracle type stories, and with a bittersweet type ending. Now Mwamba is going to go into the referee's book here. Confirmation of the card. Good hard running once again here by Kasim, taking on Mwamba, forcing him into the mistake.
Kasim has really been involved from the opening minutes of this game. Either he's been fouled or fouling, tackled, screaming to the referee. He's really been a busy man, the number 8.
Shontan D. Did he play for Kaiserslautern up in Germany back in the day, back in the 90s? Came close to playing for South Africa, and when called upon to represent South Africa, chose Germany in the end. Long time ago, back in the 90s, I believe. Now, that's a super set piece there, and he has a chance again. 2 good saves by Chabu, one after the other. And, well, it's still Comoros creating all the good moments here after half an hour's play. So close to finding that opener.
That was a beautiful, in fact, double save by the keeper Aziman and Azimati. And the third one was a good block. Timeless indeed.
Now Zambia making heavy work of getting this clear. They're having to earn every inch out there. They've lost it again in a dangerous area. Blocks was the shot from Joja. Here he is again. Hoping to have won the throw, and it'll go the Zambian way here. So, Victor Shabu, the change in the goalkeeping department here, coming good for the Zambians in keeping them in the game, keeping them from finding themselves trailing in this match. Of course, having replaced Charles Kalumba. As we look at the foul here, Kalumba, the man who was the goalkeeper in the first 2 matches, did go on to concede 4 goals. So here is Victor Shabu, the Changa Rangers man, with some superb goalkeeping.
That's now his second and third back-to-back, and from that first the save coming from Afani.
Header for the Zambians. Well, one does get the feeling dead ball situations may be the way forward here in the way of a breakthrough for the Zambians. Andrew Peary getting on to the end of this. He's had precious little service outside of this so far here in this first half. Now pressure again from Afani. They have to get it right, that combination in the heart of that defense. One of them already on the yellow card. Owen Mwamba. Keep in mind they are without killing Kanguluma. Then also Chitoshi Chinga, a man who picked up an injury in the last game. They have had to do without him as well. That was the preferred pairing in the heart of defense, that being for the Zambians. Foul then. Unintentionally, he was keeping his eye on the ball as he pulled Karim over. He's also been one of the players that's been impressive for the Comoros, the man wearing the number 5 jersey so far in this tournament. He's marshaled that defense well. As we look back at the double save here, also there'll be question marks as to all the Zambian players that just didn't react quickly enough to the danger after the initial save, Marks.
Yeah, in fact, the first save was brilliant. The second, I believe that he should have just parried it to the side, because the way he landed in front of his teammates and opponents, anything could have happened. So you need to always remember to push it sideways.
Zambia thought about taking the set piece quickly, but that would have been a long distance from where the foul happened. Surely would have been brought back. Thought better of it quite wisely. That, of course, is Matthew Spandau on the far side. Space on the far side. Now Zambia looking for their best play in open play so far here as they get to the byline and get themselves a corner. More like it in trying to cause discomfort to that Comoros defense. Pace, true pace coming to the fore now. Again, it's Karim doing the defending, conceding the corner. Oh, good goalkeeping.
That's picking cherries, nice and easy. I don't recall any save, dramatic save by Azimati in the first half.
Nope.
He hasn't been tested by these Zambians.
Nope. 10 minutes to go until the end of the first half. Oh, what a challenge. What a challenge. Challenge of the match so far by Niamuddin.
That's the moment where you realize that Mukenya should have just thought, play to the whistle, because he just raised his hand and the referee gave play on.
Oh, driving run here for the Zambians. Yeah, thought there was a hand on the shoulder through that run in the end. It's a set piece in a very good area. And well mentioned in the early stages how hard Halsani works alongside Niamuddin. There's a challenge again. Did it go out of play? I think he was appealing for the ball having gone out of play then.
You've got to know the rule. The whole of the ball didn't go out of play, so he just retrieved it beautifully and kept on attacking.
Is this the moment when Zambia celebrate for the first time in this tournament? Options. Could go direct. Could look for a teammate. Could be an in or out swinger. No. Options. In swing it is. Going direct. Comfortable for Anzimati. Position right, but well finally tested with that shot coming in then from Austin Muwowo. More with that strike. A man who plays for Power Dynamos. Second appearance of this tournament. He has just played 39 minutes coming into this final group match. And the pressure, but still able to keep it moving in the middle of the park here, the Zambians. Matthews Banda. And pressure coming in from the likes of Alsani then. So difficult to play through this Comoros midfield. They work extremely hard to the combination of Budafir, Niamuddin and Alsani. Karim pulled out wide to that far side. His presence enough to force the goal kick. And followed Andrew Piri the entire way. Nicely worked down the line by the Zambians to try and get some joy on that left side. Dangerous play with the raised foot.
It wasn't bad at all. It's just one of those routines, you know, to say when you raise your foot, you just hit the ball against his face.
Well, he's saying he got to the ball first. Yes, he did, Owen Tembo. Problem is the foot was raised to a dangerous height in order to do so.
The worst one is the bicycle kick one, Cizo, where your eyes are focused on the ball and you clean the opposition's face. Not the nose, the whole face. You put a lot of power there and you're just hoping for this thing to kiss the back of the net.
Always find defenders that lunge in and try and win the header when you can see the opponent going for the overhead kick, extremely brave. You know you'll get the call most likely, but still you have to be a brave man to decide to put your head there.
It's always said that if you want to achieve anything in this game, you've got to put your head where it hurts.
Yep. Good movements, nice ball as well, and again nicely washed in the art of defense. 0-0 between Kenya and Zimbabwe, with 40 minutes gone by in that match. 40 gone by here. Very responsible defensively so far in this match. Comoros, they've created the better chances. Zambia still looking to create the best chance in this match. Have to come up with a win, Comoros. They have the motivation in that regard. Zambia is playing for pride here. Well, they lost to Zimbabwe in that last match. It was pretty much curtains for the Zambians, knowing that top spot in the group was lost to them. Five minutes now remaining in the half. Zambia beginning to knock on that final third door on a few good occasions now in the last 5 to 10. Doing a much better job of holding on to it deep in the opposition half of the field. They are beginning to find their rhythm. Nicely done in the middle of the park then, and finding Matthews Banda on the far side before getting into the box. So he was encouraged to send in that early ball. Good goalkeeping once again. He's been excellent at dealing with anything flying into that box. Anzimati. Distribution isn't bad either. It's always put those back in defensive areas under pressure as he tries to pick out Afane. Joja now. Well, Afane looking to get a toe in then, just in front of Victor Shabu, who smothered it and got there first, quite importantly. So close for the poacher. And down here in the Zambian box, Kellen Yuset of the Seychelles, the best referee, along with one or two others, slightly concerned to the state of Chapa, the captain. Well, it was he that came up with the block then. Immediately you could tell something was wrong after he had the block. Case for Napster Stars. This is his second start. Didn't play in the first game. And didn't wear the captain's armband in the first game, but for the captain being sent off in that encounter right here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in the loss to Kenya. And started the second game, played a full 90 minutes there, and here he is starting yet another game for the Zambians with the armband in tow. Zambia did have Kapumbu start the tournament as the captain. He was the victim of 2 yellow cards. The Zesco United man, and was then sent off. Told you it is applying pressure here, making life tough for Owen Mwamba. 1 of 2 in that back four. That's on the yellow card. Matthews Banda is the other. One mission for the Zambians would be to finish this match with a full 11 on the field, something they are yet to do at the 2024 Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. Three minutes added on to the end of the first half. For Comoros, as things stand, it's not enough if they are to somehow sneak into the knockout stages. Finding with some nice touches, finding Joja, got the overlapping run on that far side. It's well spotted with the ball across the in from Niamudin. That's sort of half so far for Andrew Peary. Frustrating. Now, man down here as the game continues. And the Zambians are going to play on here. They have a shot from range then, and again, Nzimati is positioned well. Gets his body behind it nicely. Comfortable was the save. Now his teammate can be cared for. Well, he took a elbow to the forehead then, did Haslani. That will hurt. So one or two of his teammates won't be happy with the lack of a call then, in what they'll perceive to be a lack of protection from the referee. I think that's the point Nzimati is trying to make to the referee. In the end, he's had to check himself before talking himself into trouble. There's a Zambian flag that still has faith. And at the very least, a good ending to the tournament. A few more have rocked up during the course of this first half. It's been fun for them, those that have come to the stadium on more than one occasion. Of course, the youngsters here, with the schools being closed, not only here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, but at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium, Bazakele. Well, Aslani, it looked as though as the man who committed the foul. In the end, it goes against the Zambians to their surprise. Watch Aslani and the number 6. He lashes out and decision goes against Frederick Munambia. So, end of the first half here for Comoros, hoping for a way into the knockout stages. It's a halfway. They played the better football, had the better chances. For Zambia, they finished strong late in the half here, whilst Comoros had the good start, did bring a good few saves out of Victor Shabu, who denied the likes of Afane as well as Kasim. Well, it looks some very good chances then. Asrani with a shot that just narrowly went wide of the mark, but it's the men in green that have had the better first half here. It's Comoros 0, Zambia 0 at halftime. Now, for Comoros, you'll see the numbers slightly in their favor here. When you see shots on target, you'll see 3 from Zambia, but the better chances most definitely going the way of the Comoros. 2 yellow cards to 2 of the Zambian defenders here. Zambia with more of the ball, but not enough in areas that could hurt the Comoros and be areas of concern for the Comoros. For Zambia, it was the last 10 or so minutes when things started to come together for them in the opposition half of the field, and they also started to spend some time in and around that final third. Comoros, maybe they're happier of the two sides here, with the penetration there, with the good saves out of the Zambian keeper, Victor Chabu.
Elrio, we back at the Nelson Mandela Stadium, and your team is still here, the TSG. Tell us more about what TSG does and what it means.
TSG obviously is an abbreviation for the Technical Study Group. What it mostly entails is we collect the data of the team, look at the formations, look at the trends teams are playing, formations they are playing, obviously how many shots on target they have, and just the style of play. And obviously, most importantly, the statistics. That's what we, as the TSG, and also we have an influence in the play of the match.
Not only that, just putting myself in the shoes of the viewer, very interested in what you're doing. How do I come about to be part of you? What should I be doing?
Yeah, obviously to be part of the TSG.
A youngster who wants to do what you are doing in the future.
Obviously it entails a bit of coaching. I think for myself, being part of the group, it gives me a different perspective on the coaching side. Obviously the analysis we're doing, and that helps me to empower me in preparing for games, to see what's happening in the modern football, you know, what trends and systems teams are playing. So I think it is more focusing on the coaching side also.
You touched earlier on the trends and all that, but do you also get to as far as the diet and the rest periods, recovery periods?
Obviously, we had a conversation about it, because also, like, we can see the tournament is a bit strenuous. The first game, there was 2 days recovery. We also look at that. And now with the third game in the group, every team have 1 day recovery. And we could see, even it was visible in the match, some of the guys, especially the number 21 of Zambia, was stretching his hamstring. So you can see it's very important, and how the teams prepare, how they rest, how they recover, you know, to play in tournaments like this. That's very demanding.
On the question of judging the player of the match, or man of the match as is popularly known, do you also take into consideration the fact that the guys got the lungs given the short period of rest?
Yeah, obviously, but we're mostly focusing on the influential players on the day. I think as a footballer, you must know what demands there is in football, and you have to show up. So what we basically look is in how the player contribute to his team, defensive, offensive, how influential he is, and then that is where we base our decision on.
Thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you, and we'll catch up throughout the tournament.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you. That is Ariel van Heerden, and he is the man that is with the TSG team, and that's the team that is looking at all the aspects as he has explained. But I'm moving on to another move, talking about the first half, and that is the first half where we saw Comoros against Zambia, and I'm joined by Andy Lembenyani, and he's the man that will share with us how he saw the first half. Andile, a first half that is very interesting in my eyes. One-sided. Zambia is not coming to the party as I have seen them to be doing over the times.
Yeah, because it looks like Zambia is sitting more. They want to play more at the back, which is they want to start the game at the back. People struggling to come into the center of Comoros. Comoros, they're forcing them to play more wide, which doesn't show that they're more hungry to get goals. Even if they are short on targets, it's like they only got the free kick, which is the keeper that saves.
And you're talking about them not being more hungry. They haven't really threatened the keeper.
Yeah, as I was saying, like they don't taking any shots. They just playing more on their half.
Mm. And just Comoros itself, they've been attacking, and that's when we saw Afani here just taking a strike at goals. This is one of those mid-volleys and forcing a save out of Chuba.
A good save from the goalkeeper. As I was saying earlier before, Afani, he's the main guy for Comoros. He's the one that who's scoring goals for them.
And also, what I've picked up is that the defenders of Zambia are always caught chasing the action, and that's when putting pressure on Chabu, their goalkeeper, making that save, but shielding it well, knowing what to do.
Yeah.
He is just one of those strikers that knows or smells the goals.
Yeah, a good striker. A good striker is not all over the place. He knows where he must be, looking to get more goals in this game as well.
Do you think that the lackluster performance that we're getting from Zambia is because they really realize that they're not in it anymore? Or not really? They're not giving us that.
It feels like they're feeling maybe they're out of the tournament. They just like playing.
Yeah, and also by saying that they're not doing anything, they're also under siege again. I mean, this is when Comoros are attacking them, and a moment where you realize that Zambia are just not in it, and always putting the pressure on the keeper. But how's that for a save? And in fact, for a shot that was played on the side. Nice volley there.
Nice volley, nice volley. That is why I'm saying it's like it's Comoros who need more points more than the team that it's on number 4 on the group. The way that they play in Comoros, they wanna secure their spot that they're going through into the groups.
And Chabu had to make a double save because the defenders also were just in 6s and 7s, and that's where the pressure is. That is the goalkeeper. Let's look at that double save, the incident first that led to the free kick, and then came Comoros trying to say, let's stamp our authority. Kasim there brought down all the time. That's the save from the shot.
Good save from their goalkeeper. Really, their goalkeeper is helping them today, which shows that Comoros, they want to score goals. Another save from him.
Double save and good intervention on the third attempt, and it just shows you that Zambia are not in this game.
As you can see, they're really not in this game. As I was saying before, like they more want to play more at the back, not going forward.
What do you think Zambia should do now?
Yeah, for them now, because it's going to be the second half, I think more that they're going to do, they're going to want to go and get some goals, which is that it will also open them up at the back. They have to try and get more shots, not just keeping the ball, because they don't show that they are more hungry to score goals in this game.
I think the only thing the coach should think of is just put in fresh legs and just give everybody a run, because the tournament is all over for them.
I also think so. Everyone must get a chance now to play, you know.
And now, if you look at the other reasons why this group is so tight, you now see these sloppy attempts by Zambia. I mean, straight into the goal, the hands of the keeper. They also had a free kick that really was very, very harmless. So the Asmati is just having a good time in the goals there.
A well taken shot by the number 12, which is the goalkeeper of Comoros, a big guy. He's just having his confidence.
Yeah, confident indeed. And one thing that we also don't have to forget is the Zimbabwe-Kenya game, still goalless out there at Isaac Wilson Stadium. So it means they're comfortable. That's when Zimbabwe is top of the group and smiling for now.
Yeah, they're really comfortable because, as you were saying, Comoros, that's where they need to push more also in this game to get some goals, because they must not worry maybe for the other game. As Zimbabwe, they're on top. They know that they're already yeah, you're already there. We know, yeah,
leading the group.
Yeah, they're leading the group. Today they're just playing maybe to win or to play a draw. They know they are already there.
Know about the game, and very important indeed. We are all waiting to hear what is happening in the Zimbabwe-Kenya game in the second half, and what will happen in our game right here in the second half. Is Comoros up against Zambia?
No, the scoreline here between Comoros and Zambia, keeping in mind here, the Comoros are hoping to, well, pick up the 3 points to either qualify as top of the group or the best placed second side out of the 3 groups here. Still so much to play for the Comoros. For the defending champion Zambia, well, this is their last showing, the last 45 minutes of the tournament coming up now, and they once again, well, I feel they were slightly outplayed in that first half. In fact, outplayed in that first half, I should say, in all fairness, to Comoros, who created the better chances. It was some good saves from Victor Chabu to keep the Zambians in it. And well, a few of the supporters that have come out on the far side in the sun, awaiting a bit of action here. There will be another game later on with South Africa, of course, in action, and hoping the South Africans will win later on the home support. So, for Comoros, who are the first side out and ready to get the second half underway, certainly just start this game like a side that had something to play for. Zambians a little slow in getting into it. Only towards the very late stages of the first half for Zambia beginning to put it together in and around that opposition final third. As far as the midfield battle, the likes of Naimuddin, Aslan and Mudefar were problematic for the Zambians to deal with here. Second half will see Zambia looking for their best showing and still their first goal of this year's tournament, whilst Comoros look for only the second time here to go beyond the group stages. But it starts with a win here against Zambia. Well, Choja has had a good showing out in the attacking areas. In your picture now, Karim, he's been outstanding for Comoros over the last 3 games on the defensive end. Playing alongside Omar, those two forming a very good defensive pairing in the way of the Comoros. This day that will get the second half underway. They will attack the goal to the left of your picture. So, can Comoros come up with the goods here in this second half? They'll see them standing a chance of qualifying for the knockout stages, or will it be Zambia to register their first goal and win of this year's tournament? That we'll discover here at the end of this 45. A foul on the far side. Zambia with a chance from an early dead ball here in the second half. Karen Yosset from the Seychelles, the match referee for those just joining us, is assisted by Zamani Smelani of Eswatini, and like he from Botswana, as well as Abongile Tom being the fourth official in this encounter. And a very good half. Antimati in the first half, organizing defensively. It is just a two-man more he wants out on that far side. Danger will be in the central areas, one would feel here with Zambia. Having the big men push forwards. In swing it will be, going directed goal. Matthews Banda amongst the two Zambian players on a yellow card at the start of this second half. Keep in mind that no changes as yet in this game as we look back at Banda's efforts. Now the turn of the Comoros to have a set piece. Owen Tembo battling here in the air against Fane. Well, it is some distance from goal here, but the way it's been placed by Haslani suggests he may very well be fancying his chances of getting the better of Victor Chabu. Aslani, that was going for goal. The pass to this near side to try and stretch that Zambian defense. Ball in is nicely dealt with. As Zambia now look to capitalize on the possible counter-attack. Nicely done by Comoros and getting men back into defensive areas there. They themselves were looking for a quick transition. And for the foul on Zamir. Did a good job, Zamir, keeping tabs on Austin Muwowo. Earlier on, no worries then from the Zambians as they all did the job in denying Haslani. Foul then, hands all over Karim from Andrew Piri. Didn't have much to work with in the way of service in that first half. Looking for a bit of improvisation here against Karim. Still would have come out tops even without the whistle going. Now, they're losing in the dangerous area. Fortunately for them, Comoros couldn't quite take advantage. Kasim hoping to have a strike, directed goal, then that was well blocked. Comoros now with Joja having the overlapping run on the near side from Tarek. It's Joja again. Omar. Zamir. Good ball down the line, good take as well. As the Comoros tries the match, can't get a quality ball into the box. First play wasn't bad at all. Then in the ball looking for the movement of Naimuddin. Five minutes gone by in the start of the second half. It's A foul here for the Zambians. Zakaria Chlongoshi, the man fouls. Samir keeping a very close eye on him, the man who's committed the foul here. Oh, foul against the Zambians again, to their frustration here on this near side.
Not only frustration, Caesar, but desperation. He didn't know where to be, Piri, on the side of the ball. I mean, as a striker, he should be shielding the defender. But he's in the back, he's in the front, just need the ball. And in the process, he fouls it.
Now, thought that should be a foul for a dangerous challenge. Certainly does get stuck in. Aslani mentioned he picked up a yellow card in the last game. No player from the Comoros has picked up a card as yet in this encounter. Well, the ball is lacking in quality, really, and it doesn't give the men towards the far post any chance whatsoever of getting onto the end of it, including a foul into that box. So Comoros looking to get the ball rolling, did so a little too quickly for the referee's liking.
This, to me, would be the worst performance by the Zambians so far. Even a free kick, they can't give the ball a loft straight to the opponent, and also a foul in the process. So either way, that free kick was not going to work for them.
Anyway, will do for the Zambians as they clear then. Kenya have found the back of the net in the match against Zimbabwe, I'm told. Meaning it will make things interesting. I'll tell you how. If Comoros do come up with a win here, we bring out our calculators, because 3 sides will have finished on 6 points in the group. As things stand, it's Zimbabwe on 6 points, it's Kenya on 6 points. Comoros win here. They're on 6 points themselves.
So what is very interesting now is that Kenya are the ones that have put pressure on the group itself, and they're maybe making themselves or giving themselves a chance, because they were sitting on 3 points. Now they could be sitting on 6 easily. So Zimbabwe and Kenya will be on 6.
As things stand, keep in mind it can still change if Zimbabwe are going to score, but this group has certainly kept us guessing as to which way the results will swing. Well, goal kick for the Comoros, or rather corner kick I should say, for the Comoros. Last touch of Chapa. Interesting enough, only 3 inside the box for the time being for the Comoros with this corner. In fact, they keep 3 inside the box with 2 lurking outside of it. Not much of a contest for the Zambian defense to get it clear. Jota. Corner Comoros. is confirmed in Kenya, leading by the 1 goal, and it's Odhiambo who scored for them in the 54th minute of that encounter. Now shots, appeals for a penalty here, wholehearted appeals for a penalty, and Kenya says isn't interested.
Now it's one of those that you can't give. The hand is just not deliberately stopping the ball from going or reaching the target. It's natural position, as they say.
And Medine was hoping that it would be their moment to find the opening goal. In this case, one has to wonder, the news of Kenya winning, of course, could be pleasing and maybe encouraging for the players out there. Wondering if the Seychelles are keeping tabs on what's going on at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium and whether they're passing on the message to the players, or so they just want to see them go through it and playing without having to worry about the other stadium and what's happening there, knowing that they need to win themselves, yeah?
That's the most confusing part, is where you find most coaches would give you, in fact, contrasting answers. Yes, I must be interested in order to know how to change my strategy. Others would say, I don't want to be interested, I'll focus in my team. And then you think, what is the right way, though? Because it can also come back to bite you. You remember the South Africa national team out in the World Cup?
Yep.
In 2002, where we had that problem. Check the scores elsewhere.
Now, there's a chance here for Comoros, ball into the near post, and, well, again, desperate times defensively for the Zambians. And Kenya, as things stand, top of the group, ahead of Zimbabwe. Both on 6 points. Have conceded one more of the Kenyans.
So goal difference puts them on top because they equal with almost everything except the goal difference.
Comoros now. Karim battling in the air. Georgia is the man penalized then for the foul here. Still got a hustle about their game to Comoros. Georgia again looking to force the error. Closing down right from the front. Chabala was the man who felt the pressure on that occasion. Well, foul throw. Haven't seen too many of those in this year's tournament. For the Comoros, of course, it's been a very impressive showing here in the COSAFA Cup. Here they are, Georgia with a nice take. Georgia! Comoros continue to impress. Georgia with a brilliant piece of play. They deserve the lead they have here to Comoros. They played the better football, they've had the better chances, and for Zambia, poor Zambia is, well, continues to be one of those days at the 2024 Hollywood-based COSAFA Cup.
Georgia got himself into the right position, knew where the ball was, just chest trapped it, flicked it, and put it past the keeper. But that's composure for you. Didn't force anything, but bad defending, we should say, Sizwe. And that's when you realize that building it from the back patiently, knew, and he was 100% on side, Georgia. Simple as that. This is just showing that there is big calamity in this defense of Zambia.
It's brilliantly done by Georgia. Firstly, taking it on the chest, on the move, then lobbing it over the keeper who had a slight touch, which could have put him off, and then still beating the two defenders to it. And superbly done by Georgia. Well, we've seen 2 or 3 goals where, well, magical work was done in scoring them. I do believe this counts as one of those. First touch out of this world, and then over the keeper, and then between the 2 defenders. Juggled it into the box. Now, things get interesting in the group, Marks. 3 teams on 6 points as things stand.
So goals will be the biggest answer to all this. You've got to go for goals. Fight until the last.
Now, out on the Zambian front, here they are with their chance, their best chance of the game. Couldn't get his foot over it then with the volley, and that pretty much sums up their tournament so far. Frederick Columbia, it is amongst the numbers in the box, falls for him. Defender also applying a bit of pressure, may have put him off. Well, Comoros are in line for a first ever victory against the Zambians if they can keep it this way. Amanda is coming on here. Kangwanda may have scored against the Comoros in the last meet between these 2 sides last year. Salampiri is another man that will be coming on here. Whoa, will make way. Georgia. Well, with those changes made, you can tell the Zambians are looking to get onto the front foot as well. A full swing and a miss as the Comoros are trying to get that ball into the box. So, Zambia win the corner, looking for to equalize this game, and looking to make a change right away is Kangwanda, who's won them this corner. 7 in the box, near post, flick on. Ooh, had it covered, did Anzimati, but better from Zambia from a dead ball standpoint. Again, it's that man Kangwanda, who's just come on here. Did score last year against the Comoros, of course, in Durban, did Kangwanda in the 2-1 win. He, as well as Malambia. Both of them involved in this match as well, Malambia and Kangwanda. Also scored in the 4-2 win against the Seychelles last year, did Gangwanda, as did Malambia, as well as Ganguluma and Mashata. Just had a play out to the far side as the men from the Comoros are looking to put it together. Last touch coming from Naimuddin, looking to keep Kasim moving on that right side.
Zambia, with these few minutes remaining, Sizwe, one would just say they need to just score a goal that shows that they were at this tournament. Otherwise, they will do a 2006 Bafana on us.
Well, that, my colleague, means the African Cup of Nations out in Egypt, where South Africa went out and didn't score a goal, finishing bottom of a group that had Zambia in it, if memory serves me right, as well as Tunisia.
It's one of the worst outings that I will never forget. Didn't score a goal, didn't get a point from anywhere, not even a draw, Sizwe, because sometimes you cannot score a goal, but end up in a goalless draw.
Out in Alexandria, Egypt, the Bafana group was in that tournament. Can you believe it's almost 20 years ago? It's 18 years ago now. Now, Georgia looking for the top corner. I don't think he quite meant for the top corner of the stadium itself. Up at the top.
Glad that it can't go out of the stadium unless it's
we'll take something special.
Unless if it's really bad.
We need a strong man. Now, just over 20 minutes remaining on the board here for Zambia, a tournament that really has seen all things fall apart. Sees them struggling here against the Comoros. As things stand, they are looking at a first ever loss against the Comoros. Lunging challenge on that occasion from Naimuddin. They're not afraid to get stuck in, Naimuddin Aslani as well as Udoifa.
That was silly of Aslani. Halfway line, man facing his own goals, and he's just lunging. He wasn't even going to achieve anything, even if he had won the ball.
Nice turn here on the move. They've taken the set piece quickly, but none of the right spots. Sweet turn on the move from Mugeya. Shimon Mugeya. That's for Kansanshi Dynamos. His first appearance of this tournament here in this match. Kangwanda, well, his handling and judgment dealing with the aerial balls has been superb, including his distribution, finding Georgia out to the far side, held up as the Zambians now get numbers behind the ball. There you go, Mafa. As it stands, Comoros, Zimbabwe, Kenya, all on 6 points. Zambia on 0. As the big difference, and as it stands, is Comoros that top the standings and have their way through to a direct route out of the knockout stages for the second time in their history.
So they have to stay focused because this is just the only beautiful way to finish the group. But tense indeed, because even the last second, either of the two beneath them can score.
Now, there's an incident right in front of the referee. And, well, one has to wonder what action will be taken here. Haslane as, well, milked it for all it's worth here. And may still pick up a yellow card himself. At the end of it all, Tembo will get the yellow. Let's have a look. Oh, unnecessary from Tembo. Again, the issue from the Zambians have been about the discipline so far in their games. Things of that nature have cost them dearly, where they've had 2 players sent off in each of the last 2 games. And this just in, by the way. They will be hoping, Comoros, that Kenya don't concede to Zimbabwe and go on to score and extend their leads. Kenya just scored again. So things remain as they are. Well, so we might get 2 teams coming out of this group. One that finishes top and the other as the best second-placed team.
And Comoros can hope for that, but there's still, 20 minutes to go, so they can still go for it and be the top of the group and don't worry about the calculators.
Good movements. Might even be the story of the ages here. And Hastani also picking up the yellow card, as I suspected a little bit earlier, but, well, here they are, Comoros, shaking things up in this group. No, by no means a easy group. It's got Zambia, it's got Zimbabwe, it's got Kenya. All of those teams are tough, and Comoros, as things stand, with 18 minutes remaining in the group, top of the group, Max Mamponyane. But their story this year doesn't quite end just there. You remember, there's also the World Cup qualifiers that are currently on. As Comoros push forward here in the ball into the final thirds, looking for the 2-goal cushion. In the end, they give away the foul. But Comoros are in a group with Ghana, Madagascar, Mali, Central African Republic, and Chad in the World Cup qualifiers. Comoros have won 3, lost 1 in that group. They are top of that group as well in World Cup qualifiers. This could be the year for the island nation to really enjoy it from an international standpoint.
This brings to mind the first interview of the first matches of this tournament. If you can recall, it was Comoros in action, and coach Ahmad Jambai then said to me, "Don't overlook us. We are bringing something to this tournament." And was he right, or he was right?
Oh, he was right. He certainly have brought something. Surprise package of the group, one could argue, but then again, someone could say that about the Kenyans as well. But pretty sure the good money is on Comoros being the surprise package of the group. Decision against the Zambians once again here. Handball is the reason. Jimmy McGeer, the guilty man. Banda and company now will be in a hurry if they are to turn things around here and well, let's do some sort of pride in their showing this year. And not on their side, Banda is here looking to take the set piece. Pull up to the far side, and well, good job to keep it alive. Now Zambia looking to pull one back here, but closing down again from the men in green. Aslane Joja pushing forward, and Omala, the man that scored the second for the Kenyans, of course. And Zambia struggled to clear their lines here. Comoros pushing forward, looking to put this game to bed. Under 15 minutes remaining. Good Good work out on that far side. Chilongoshi looking to push on. In the end, showing too much to the hard-working Naimodine, who's won it back here and was fouled in the process. Set piece here with the change being made. And, well, Comoros making the change, and Ilali coming on, and they get the opportunity then on the edge of that box. Just couldn't keep it in target. Kasim.
All players will want anything that will give them a penalty. As Haslan, in fact, that was Kasim there. He wanted a penalty. I mean, that was like a real paintbrush. It wasn't a push that put him off. He actually had a bad technical way of doing things.
Now, card will be shown here. Georgia looking to have a slight word as the yellow cards is shown to Afani. In fact, there's a bit of confusion here. Did he show 2 yellow cards to Afani? Or one? Let's say just one.
This is where the confusion started.
Yeah.
You can notice that the referee is stopping everybody because he is listening. When that foul happened, when the goalkeeper was impeded, he was looking away. So he didn't see the action. He turned back because he was told that that is sort of a foul that deserves a yellow. But he just turns and gives it to the one he fences.
Well, he's right in giving a yellow card to Afani. The issue is he assumed it was a second yellow. See, it is Afani that commits the foul, but it was only his first yellow card. So no red card should be shown then, which is why he's taking back the mistake, and Afani is still on the field.
And that is why he scored it wrong, because he was not even watching. He was told about that incident.
Now, Zambia running out of time here. 10 minutes remaining.
Very important, since we're not only players but also referees, that for 90 minutes you keep your eyes on the action throughout. Because once you turn away, anything can happen. Even as a player, when you turn your back, then there could be a ball played, and then before you know, there's someone sneaking in front of you in the back of the net. So you've got to always keep your eyes on the prize.
Well, that's well said. Ken had a conversation with Victor Kumwani most recently, where he speaks of courses some referees go to where they are taught to almost keep an eye on 2 situations at the same time, but not necessarily turning your head, but using your eyeballs to move from left to right. Where if something happens late, you can catch it. If something happens to the left, you can catch it as well, without having to necessarily turn your neck to the left and missing out what's happening to the right. So get your point.
It's called peripheral viewing of everything that you do. It's just like driving.
Yep.
You've got to know what's happening on both lanes if you're in the middle lane. That is the lanes beside you.
Changes now being made. And Zambia will have Siangombo coming on here. And making way is Chilingoshi. Early ball. Well, keeper called, and this time the defense didn't heed his call. That's it. That's more like it from the man between the sticks here for Comoros, Anzimati. Great at judging all the balls flighted into that box, when to come out, when to deal with it. He's been top notch at it here today. Certainly played his part in the fortunes in this tournament as Anzimati. Only conceded on one occasion, the man who plays for Queveli Rouen Metropole out in France. Came into this match having played 180 minutes. He'll add another 90 minutes to the 180. Josh is joining us here late in the match. Well, it's pretty much a similar story for Zambia over the last 3 matches. They find themselves trailing going into the dying minutes of a match, only this time by just 1. Still having scored, conceded 2 of in the last 2 matches. Mudefar will be making way, and it's Haddad that will come on in his place. There you have it. Encouraging words, well played, my friends, he says, as he comes on. Sanada Ben plays his club football out in the Comoros for Fomboni Football Club. Zambia driving forward now. Can they come up with their best moment of this tournament late in their tournament? Nice turn. Will be kept alive, the ball on the far side. Space on the far side, better. This from the Zambians as they look to work it in towards that byline. Will they settle for the corner? The young says yes. They're going to take it in a hurry, but for a man being down injured. Zambian is the man struggling on the far side.
He wants to go straight into action, and the referee's next to him says, no, the other way, you go out first.
There we go. Done it again and again. On many occasions, he's really ruled the airspace above the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Well, we could have quite a story today, by the way, Maximum Punyani. Zambians could be on their way out, well, are on their way out. I mean to say that's a definite, but later on in the day we could find ourselves in a situation where the South Africans could find themselves on the wrong side of results later on in the way of Group A action. Now, shot blocked.
Interesting you say that. I just noticed that Comoros have scored 4 goals and Kenya have scored 4 goals. The only difference is Comoros will be on top because they have conceded less. Very interesting.
Zambia making another change here. Sangumota is coming on. Osimukwanda. I beg your pardon. That's a ball here. There's Matthews Banda. And the decision goes against him to the frustration of here these teammates. Sumaganda, the man who just came on here, plays for Zesco United, coming on for his third appearance of the tournament. He's already amassed 141 minutes. Aslani getting it horribly wrong.
That really was wasted. Namadine didn't have an idea of what he wanted to do with this free kick. Because there were two people in front of him, he just thought, let me play it besides them. Hit the target.
So there you have it. Comoros still, as it stands here with under 3 minutes remaining. Top of the group. Kenya second and may qualify as the best second place team here. Zimbabwe, well, we thought quite a return for them, but they may still not make it through now. The header from the Zambians after a most impressive play. Well high on the mark here. Sums up the tournament thus far from a goal scoring point of view, Zambia. Well, there still continues to be a group full of surprises for Zimbabwe. Not to have secured a place in the knockout stages will come as a huge shock to the many that have been keeping tabs on this tournament, and huge disappointment to the Zimbabwean fans, of course, that have come out and given us some memorable time so far in this tournament. Started the day top of the group. Zimbabwe first side to win 2 matches. Then finally going tough against a tough Kenyan side. In trouble. This group full of surprises. This year's tournament could still give us more surprises. A little bit later on in the day, we'll find out when South Africa get a Group A underway here at this venue. Zambia desperate now. Early with the ball forwards. Once again, he's read the situation well. As Anzimati. Man down here. Unlucky that Jimmy Mukea actually made contact with him. Had his eye on the ball, then didn't mean to trip him up. In no hurry, exactly where Comoros wanted, in the opposition final third, approaching the last 30 seconds of the 90 minutes. Will be added on, the last 4 minutes for Zambia at the 2024 Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup. 4 Comoros on this group will be making a bit of history by being the first to beat the Zambians, by also being the second to go beyond the group stages. 4 minutes. We've already had close to a minute of the last 4 gone by. Well, stay with us at the end of the match and get the thoughts of not only the Zambian coach and Chris Mbewe, but also Amada Tembe, the coach of Comoros, just to find out how they feel about their fortunes here, whether they expected the men from the Comoros to get out of the group and move on top of the group. Now the Zambians feel about what's been a disappointing display, I think it's safe to say. Now, ball in. Still committed into every challenge, and in the end, the decision goes with the Comoros here. Felt the effects of their coming together, did Matthews Banda. The Ghana man in his second start of the tournament, second showing in this tournament. Didn't play in the first match, has played in the last two now. There's the man in your picture. Zambia could still throw a spanner in the works here. No, they won't be in a rush now. They'll take as long as they need here to get this ball rolling with Comoros. Sadat won't need a stretcher. Definitely was fouled on that occasion, and Tembo should watch himself. He's already earned a yellow card then. Pulling on the shorts of the opponent. Last minute of 4 added on. Last minute of Zambia's involvement in this year's COSAFA Cup. Challenge here just to slow up the Zambians and continue to eat away at the clock. It's a yellow card for Sadat. Challenge that certainly warranted the yellow. Now Zambia throwing men forward here. Well, it's come out, and this time it hasn't collected. The attempt at an overhead hasn't quite worked out, and eventually Comoros get it clear. And they've got the decision here, so that may be the very last attack of this tournament for the Zambians. Problems for Anzimati. He was in trouble here. Came out and nowhere near it in the end. Well, they were desperately trying to pull the shot with the Zambians. Desperate were Comoros to get it clear. In the end, Hastadi was the man who do so. And well, in the end, it's Comoros that finished top of the group here and that move on through to the group stages for the second time in their history. This is their first ever win over the Zambians. And what a showing from this generation of Comoros players. They have been tough to break down defensively. They also have been fairly adventurous on the front foot and could have scored more than the one here this afternoon. For Zambia, they came into the tournament hoping to extend the record of wins to 8 and also be the first to win 3 in a row. They now exit at the end of the group stages, not having won a match, not having picked up a point, nor scored a goal here. It's been a tough showing for the Zambians, one they'd like to forget in a hurry. Whilst for Comoros, well, they can only dream of what lies ahead. Never gotten further than the quarterfinals. They'll be asking themselves, how far can we go this time? The men led by Ahamada Jambe. At the end of it all, then, it's Comoros that get the better of Zambia. They march on through to the knockout stage. Zambia out. Comoros win it 1-0. As it stands, Comoros on 6 points. Zimbabwe started the day top of the group. They lost out to Kenya, who now take up second spot. It's Comoros and Kenya that may very well qualify to Comoros. With the direct route, Kenya may qualify as the best second-place team. Zambia on no points, no goals, and find themselves down at the bottom of the group here. What a display from the Comoros and the invitees from the east of Africa, that being Kenya. Now, for the Zimbabweans, keep in mind, they of course made their return to the Hollywood Plates COSAFA Cup this year after an international ban. They certainly did set things alight, winning their first 2 matches, losing out on the last day, and in so doing, losing out on a spot in the knockout stages. Marks.
Yes, so we have our man of the match, Yusuf, but to give him his award is Remo Hwanyane, and that is the head of the refereeing. Sir, do the honors for us.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you very much, Remo Hwanyane. Yusuf, looking at the game, and well, at least you picked up 3 points. That goes with it. And just looking at the game itself, you worked hard today. What was going through your mind? What was imperative for you to do?
Donc, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé aujourd'hui dans votre tête? Qu'est-ce qui était impératif de dire? Vous avez parlé de quoi avant la rencontre?
Non, tout juste, je veux remercier mon club et tout ça. Parce que nous, aujourd'hui, c'est le dernier match à nous. On a parlé de tout ça. Quand on gagne le match pour aujourd'hui, pour qu'on qualifie. Parce que tout le monde, on sait qu'on est venu pour partir. Mais aujourd'hui, là, on est venu pour gagner, pour qu'on va dans la finale. Après, c'est ça, qu'on motive mon joueur, tout ça, qu'on gagne aujourd'hui. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, c'est la finale. Quand on perd, on partit. On gagne, on reste. Après, c'est ça.
Okay. So just before the match, we said that if we lost today, we are going home, and it was important for us to win for 3 points. We discussed a lot before the match. We say, okay, guys, we are here to play the final, not only to win the group stage, but to play the final. And so when we went on the pitch, it was only to win the 3 points. That's what our mind today.
Thank you very much. You've covered everything that I was going to ask you. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the Zambian coach is here with us. Coach, never to be, 3 games, no results.
Well, I think a disappointing performance from us. I think we never performed like we are champions. I think we have gone into this tournament without a win, without a goal. This is a source of worry. I think we never, like I mentioned, we never played like we wanted to defend this trophy. Otherwise, it's a source of worry for us.
Source of worry, but can you put your finger to it? What could be the reason?
I think we did not, for us to win the tournament, I think there are certain mistakes that we made. I think in the first game we had the red card. We did not create so many chances. We allowed easy goals. I think same situation in the second game again today. I think we commanded the game in the early minutes of in the first half of the game. Coming back to the second half again, we just slept and allowed Comoros to score. Otherwise, we played like we wanted to defend this or wanted this more.
Unlucky coach, and good luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is the coach that really is disappointed and now a happy one. Coach, congratulations. I remember when the tournament started, you said to me, watch us. We are going to be a handful. And here you are.
Donc, il se souvient qu'avant le début du tournoi, tu avais dit qu'il fallait ne pas négliger les Comores. Et là, vous êtes en demi-finale.
C'était l'objectif qu'on s'était donné, de venir ici, de faire quelque chose, de passer le premier tour. C'est la première fois que les Comores en COSAFA ils arrivent en demi-finale. Et franchement, c'était un plaisir. Je voulais remercier Dieu et toute la nation et toute ma famille pour cet espoir.
So yes, we came here to play to play the final. Okay, we are happy to win the first round. It's the first time that Comoros will play the semi-finals, and we want to dedicate all this the success to God and to our fans in Comoros, and also to my family.
Coach, just share with us the philosophy of when the games are playing concurrently. Do you always worry about your game and also keeping an eye or ear on the other side? or do you just focus on your game? That has always confused us.
Ok. Bon, il y a toujours une petite confusion quand vous étiez en train de jouer votre match. Est-ce que vous étiez concentré uniquement dans votre match ou vous saviez un peu ce qui se passait de l'autre côté?
Non, mais il y avait des gens qui étaient dans le banc de touche, qui surveillaient ce qui se passait de l'autre côté. Mais nous, on était concentrés, on savait que si on gagnait le match, que Kenya allait faire le boulot, qu'ils allaient faire un résultat. Et nous, on savait que si on gagnait le match, qu'on allait finir premier de la poule et se qualifier. Et on a dit, bon, il faut rentrer dans l'histoire, il faut marquer le coup. Et je remercie tout mon staff et tous mes joueurs. Que franchement, si on est arrivé là, c'est grâce à eux, c'est grâce à leurs efforts, c'est grâce à tout le monde.
Okay. Yes, on the bench there was some of my staff who were just watching the game. It's important, but me today, we told our player that we must win, and let Kenya do the job on the other side. And thankfully, it happened today. And I would like to heartily thank my staff and all my players who did it today. And yeah, our goal now is to win the semi-finals.
Coach, once again, congratulations. Well done. We'll be with you throughout.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
That's the coach of the side that is victorious, the first side to make through, that is Comoros. Up next will be Bafana Bafana against Eswatini as they call it. But having said that, South Africa is the side that we are hoping that they don't do what Zambia has done to the Zambians.